Okay, first I want to show you guys exactly what kind of things happen when you do your AdWords campaigns the wrong way. And this is my experiment with AdWords. I know there's a lot of people who are really experts in AdWords, and I'm certainly no expert, but I have been testing it, and I've tested a lot of different things, and I kind of have an idea of what was working and what is not working. I always I read a lot of stuff. I take a look at what other people say, and sometimes you have to read between the lines. You have to, sometimes they will not tell you exactly how their campaigns work. I think probably there's a couple guys out there, Perry Marshall comes to mind, that are real experts in AdWords. And those are the guys that you should be listening to. But then always test things for yourself. Here's a particular campaign that I ran. You can see that I got on the overall campaign, I had 611 clicks on 71,472 impressions. Click-through ratio is 0.85%. Average click cost per click was $1.16, and it cost me over $700 to run this campaign. Over the life of this campaign, the cost of conversion is something that you really need to take a look at. And the cost to convert on each one of these was $13.73. It ran as high as $38.24, and it went much lower than that. But I actually raised the cost per click. Here you can see the settings were at 25 cents when I ended the campaign. They were much higher in the beginning of the campaign, up to $1.25 per click. Now, this is fine if you're running a program in which you're selling your own product, a high-priced product. If you're selling a $97 product, and the cost to convert is an average of $13.73, that's a profitable campaign. You can make money doing that. I'll show you what the keywords that I was running for this particular campaign are in just a second, but I want to point out a couple of other things. My click-through ratios range anywhere from 0.9%, to almost 2% here, 1.3%. Let's see what the highest one, 2.5%. Depending on the ad that I ran, they were all pretty simple ads. I mean, there wasn't anything complicated in them at all. So you don't have to really worry about, the wording of your ad. Obviously, you want people to be curious about your ad. If you're selling a high-priced product, you want to put the price of the product in your ad. But I want to show you this because actually, even though the cost of conversion was extremely high, if you're selling on a couple of these keywords, if you're selling, in fact, this is the keyword that I got the most clicks on. The cost of conversion was $38.24 per person who clicked on the ad. So unless you're selling an affiliate product or a product of your own that's, where your commission is maybe $100 or more, you're not going to be making any money. Okay? Now, let me show you the keywords because I think it's quite interesting. The keywords were all pretty general. This was in particular to make money, and I used the brackets around it, so they had to actually enter into the search engines exactly make money. Here's one: work from home, home-based businesses, how to make money online, infopreneur. So all of the top keywords you can see that I used had a fairly high, not a high conversion rate, but a high cost of conversion. $38 here, $15.87, $6, $4. So I was paying. That's how much I was paying for every single person that followed through. Now in this case, I was selling a $97 product, so it was profitable for me to run these ads, but I didn't get a whole lot. I got clicks. I got 224 clicks. Conversion rate was only 4%. So 8 people out of the 224 that actually clicked, I generated, so I generated about 8 sales for those 224 people, or 9 sales. So it was about it was approximately $900 in gross sales. The cost per conversion for each one was $38, so my cost times 9 was about $270. So I ended up being a net profit of around $600, for each person that actually, converted on that particular keyword. But if you're running an affiliate, if you're doing this as an affiliate for somebody else, you're not going to get these conversion rates. You're not going to get the cost of conversion. The only thing that you're going to see is the actual number of clicks that come through. And then you have to track those sales that you're going to get. If you're getting 224 clicks, if you're getting 8 or 9 sales, then you know that your conversion rate is around 4%. So you have to check your statistics very carefully and to make sure that the campaigns that you're running are going to end up being profitable. Now, at $38 cost per conversion, that's 4%, which is pretty decent conversion rate. If you do less than that, obviously your cost of conversion is going to be much higher. Your cost of conversion could be as high as $50 to $60, per. So you have to make sure that you're running an extremely profitable affiliate program in order to make this work. Okay, now we're going to take a look at something that's a little bit different. These are, I'm not going to show you the keywords yet because I want you to take a look at some of these totals first and some things I really want to point out. For example, I mentioned that we can get 100% click-through ratio. Well, I had one click, I had one impression, and I got 100% click-through ratio. You can't normally do that over the life of a campaign, but it can be done if the keyword is extremely targeted, and that's going to be the key to successful AdWords campaigns, especially if you're trying to sell an affiliate program. We're going to talk a little bit more about that. Here's 40%, 27%, 14%, 12%, 11%, 10%. Many more impressions here at 10%. Then it starts going down. But something really important I want you to show you is that the search total, if you take a look, these are the totals that are created when someone goes to Google search engine or a search partner and types in the keywords that you've put into your AdWords campaign. Now, on this particular one, this is for last month, I had 73 clicks on 842 impressions for an 8.66 click-through ratio. So, and I'll show you the keywords because it makes a whole difference. You can see that the ratios on the other campaign that we're running, around 2, 3, 1%, but you get a much higher click-through ratio the more targeted your keywords are. But this content total, now this is all of the content sites. For example, as you know, putting AdSense on your website is extremely popular right now, and there's a lot of sites out there that have AdSense on their websites. Well, if you're running an AdWords campaign, if you've enabled, and I clicked mine off because the click-through ratio was so poor, your ads, if you're running an AdWords campaign, your ads are running on other people's websites, including those people who have simply set up AdSense websites. Websites that have nothing but content to generate AdSense revenue. And if you're running your ads in those on those websites that are actually, that have poor content on them, and your ads show up and people click on it, well, you're going to get those impressions, but you're not going to go to the click-throughs because they're so untargeted. So, although people are making money with AdSense, that's great. The only problem is if you're running an AdWords campaign, I would suggest you do not run them on other people's websites through the content network because your click-through ratio is going to be absolutely horrible, and that's generally you're just wasting your money, I think. But let's take a look at the statistics for all time on this particular campaign. You can see that the search total, which is Google, people who actually go to Google and do the searches on the keywords I've set up, I've gotten 29,148 impressions, 1,440 click-throughs for a 4.94% click-through ratio. Now, on the content total, this is the ads being shown on other people's websites and not searched through Google. I've had 466,000 impressions, only 661 click-throughs for a 1.4%. And based on what I've seen, they do not convert. They just don't convert as well. So I would suggest that, if you do AdWords, keep it to Google. You get a higher click-through ratio, and I think they're going to be much more responsive. Overall campaign for the keywords that I've chosen, 16.43%, 14%, 10%. For some of my better keywords, I'm getting 8 and 10 and 14 and 16%, which is pretty decent. Even my lowest one down here is 2.67%. Now, let me show you exactly what my keywords are. I'll take this away. And you can see that my keywords are extremely targeted, unlike the other campaign that I showed you, such as Make Money Online. All of those were much less targeted. But if you use the keywords, here that are extremely targeted, you don't need to use brackets, or you need to use quotation marks around your keywords, because people who enter these keywords in are going to find your site, and the click-through ratios are extremely high. So you don't have to really worry about wasted keywords. What you want to do is try to target the keyword as closely as possible as a match to what they're searching for, and then you're going to get these high click-through ratios. And that's really the key here. If you're promoting an affiliate program, for example, I've seen a lot of people promote The Rich Jerk, the book at therichjerk.com, and the keywords that he gives you are so untargeted that it's unbelievable. I mean, there's just hundreds of keywords in there, not thousands, but hundreds of keywords in there. They're extremely untargeted, so what you're doing is you're basically sending him traffic to his website, and frankly, he doesn't care whether your keywords are converting or not, because you're sending traffic to his website and you're paying for it. I would suggest that, and if you want a higher click-through ratio, if you want a higher conversion rate, to target the words. So let's, for example, simply put in as one of your keywords, The Rich Jerk. If you put in The Rich Jerk as one of your keywords and somebody clicks on that, you are generating an extremely targeted keyword that if somebody enters it into the search engines, they know already what they want. And that's really the key. If they know what they want and they enter that keyword into the search engines, you're going to get a much higher click-through ratio, and you're going to get a higher conversion rate because the person already knows what they want. Somebody who enters in something like Make Money or Make Money Online is still just searching around. They have no idea what they want. They are just looking for information. So it's not a good idea to put in extremely generalized keywords into your AdWord campaign, because all you're doing is sending traffic to an affiliate site or to your site, and hopefully, if you do AdWords, you're doing some sort of name capture, you're doing a squeeze page of some sort, you're collecting names and email addresses to follow up with these people later. But my suggestion is that you target much more closely the words that you're going to, the AdWords that you're going to use, rather than putting in thousands of keywords and sending unfocused, extremely generalized traffic to your affiliate websites. I would suggest doing extremely much more narrow keywords for your AdWord campaigns, and you'll find that you'll be making a lot more money a lot quicker.